undercover.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Damage Does D&D. Tonight we are back with our third episode. Yeah, I'm going to go with third episode. Why not? Of our Monasteries and Mayhem campaign. So, without further ado, I will hand you over to Fitting. Take it away.
Good evening. Yes, so last we left off, you had met a stranger that fell from the sky, battled some bandits, were very confused with everything going on, but nonetheless you got back on your car and did quite a safe travel, I suppose it was, to Orium, where you're all heading. You got to the city just in time. Too late to pass in the package, but you found an inn anyway, so always good, isn't it, when you find an inn? And yeah, you got there and made quite a bolshy bet with the barkeep, that your bard was better than their bard. And due to some very good rolls and some very poor rolls by my end, your bard was definitely better than the original bard's bard. Lots of drinks were had. Good.
And he still didn't pull.
Still didn't pull.
I know.
It wasn't. Didn't get there. Didn't get there. But yeah.
It's almost like me in game format.
Yeah, I think everyone enjoyed the music apart from obviously the
Grom.
party's own dwarf, Grom, who just hates it, whatever it is, doesn't like it. But yeah, drinks were had, enough were had, and then I think you all went to bed, didn't you? Because you got rooms in the night at the inn.
Yep.
So we'll pick back up there with you having a long rest, it being the morning. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to head downstairs to go and get some breakfast. I'll be whistling the tune that Jag was playing the night before. Can't get it out of my head. Tapping my way down, singing all the words wrong, but getting the beat reasonably right.
Yeah, I'll just be following along.
Yeah, easy enough to. It's not many people stayed there, so you're pretty much the only ones who got rooms in the inn. A different bartender for this morning, female, human, not a half-orc this time. We're not being prejudiced this time. Female human, who just seems to be basically doing the morning routine of cleaning up, and gives you a wave, and yeah, it's easy enough to get breakfast and a breakfast beer or water if you want it.
Water for Eramin. I'll get a beer for Grom ready when Grom appears.
Yeah, he'll be down, not long behind you. He's old, he doesn't die in the morning.
I'll definitely be last down.
Fair.
Yeah, you were the last up, weren't you? After having a few drinks and trying to test your luck.
Hey, look, I don't want to know what you got up to after we all went to bed, man, and he didn't manage to pull. All right. Are we all downstairs? Are we all there?
Yeah, I think Gazella would be there, and fairly fresh, still very confused as well.
I probably just sat there with a glass of water, just kind of looking around.
So.
Morning, you lot.
Hello. What's the plan?
Morning.
All right. Well, I mean, we've got some jobs to do today, haven't we?
Sure.
Oh, got to work last night.
Yeah, you don't have to do too much, mate. I reckon you just hang back and play some tunes in the background as we sort all this mess that we got to sort out.
Oh,
I think what we've got to drop the cart off. We've got to find out where the falling star came from. Maybe drop her off, find out what's going on there,
Well,
and go and get some work.
don't we have to go to the temple
Oh, spit it out, man.
of Moradin for the work?
Well, I would strongly suggest that we tidy up our mess first. So, cart first. Let's get paid. No, I mean we've already got paid, but cart first. Can't carry on with that. falling star. We can't drag her around everywhere without finding out what the hell's going on. And I think we should go from there.
Okay.
Sound like a plan, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's easy enough to do. You can have your breakfast. You can get another beer if you want to, Grom. I will say that.
No, I'm fine. I've had my
Um,
breakfast beer. That's fine.
But yes, you know where you had to drop the cart off because you went there last night and they were closed. But you go back to the cart storage, I take it, and just pick it up.
Yep.
It's like a 5-minute trip from there. Wow, what was that?
I don't know.
A 5-minute trip from the cart storage back to dropping it off to the destination. Easily done. Now, bear with me here because this is one of the notes I didn't take because it was the first session. Did I pay you all of it? Firstly,
Didn't pay us any of it, did you?
I don't think you did. Hang
No,
on.
weren't we supposed to get paid?
Yeah,
'Cause we
because he
got-
said if you paid us before we left, we'd just make off with the money in the cart. And we
yes, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
Yeah, we
get to
paid
there.
on delivery, don't we?
Yeah, that does make more sense.
I think we were given expenses, but we certainly didn't get paid full amount. I don't think anyway.
No, I don't. No, I don't think you did. I was just the first DM mistake that you make is not making a note of something so simple because you'll definitely remember it.
Yeah,
Of course.
absolutely.
Yes, and
And it was 7,000 gold, wasn't it?
I will say good morning to Barry. Morning, Barry.
It looks very well looked after. The money you paid them to store the cart and to keep Barry well, they've done their job exactly to the T, like they said they would. Yeah, I'm assuming you pick up Barry. You've already paid for the cart storage and everything, and the horse food. So I take it you're going to make it down to the cart's destination again.
Yeah, Jack's Courier.
Which Jack's Couriers, that's the one. Yes, let's make a note of that now, Fiddy. Whilst it's been said.
It's a good job I made a note, isn't it?
Right.
I've got I've got two notes from last week.
It's all
Jack's
very
Couriers
foreign to me.
and Barry.
Oh,
The
look at that!
important
Look
shit.
at that! This is making notes is foreign to me. I only did it in the first campaign I ever played in, and since then it's just become basically like you done last week, 2 notes per session.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's finally easy enough to find Jack's Couriers as you went there the night before. You were greeted by just human male. He's just female the night before, so obviously you can see they've got the shift patterns there. And he's like, "Morning."
Morning, fella.
See, you've got one of Jack's carts there.
Yeah, dropping off a package here.
Coming to the right place. Whereabouts are you coming from, you lovely lot?
We are coming from. I've lost it. Ibrido, little town.
Ah, yeah.
Might have heard of it. Weird shit's been going on there recently.
News has travelled, but yes, not really interested in that. As long as we get our goods and they get theirs and everything's done, we're happy. Yes, message was sent up. Pre-agreed price of got 500 gold here.
I thought it was 6, wasn't it?
I thought it was 6.
Neds? 6.
It was 650.
650. That's what we heard. 650. Actually, to be honest, mate, we had a couple of tear-ups on the way here, and I reckon there's probably a couple of quid ahead back there.
I'll just look
Well,
up
I
at
mean-
the sky, make sure nobody's falling out of it again.
No one is falling out of the sky.
Okay, just checking. Got to check.
No, it's fine. It's fine. 600 could sound about right. I mean, we know can be a dangerous road, but I'll see. Yeah, 600 then. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just take the 650, mate.
600, I think, was probably agreed, wasn't it? 50 just seems a bit weird to me. I don't know
I-
why Jack would agree with that.
I'm telling you now, this dwarf's got it's got a head like an elephant. There is absolutely no way that he's forgotten. Oh, I'm going to let.
I just stare him straight in the eyes, deadpan, challenging him to question my morals.
Well, I'm going to lean in as well. Listen, mate, it's 6:50, or we're going to be here all fucking day, aren't we?
I'm just going to move
Aggressively.
slowly move round to the other side of this dude. So I'm sort of opposite Benjamin with my 8-foot frame, and I'm just going to get really close up in his personal space behind him. So I'm not quite touching him, but if he moves back at all, which he probably will when Benjamin starts to get aggressive, he's just going to bump into me.
He's holding his ground, but he does take in the situation. Can't really miss you, Eramin.
Nope.
So
I'm not
knows
doing
you're
stealth
there
walk,
for
just
sure.
walking around.
Yeah, I suppose Jack did say that there's. All right then, 650. Go to the desk over there. They'll get the money for you. You can see him kind of sort of biting his tongue as if to say, obviously the cart's worth a lot more, but yeah, go and sort it out then. 650. If you're heading back anywhere in the next couple of days, might have some other work for you as well.
I was going to try and pop my cherry on my intimidation roll. Right, yeah, we go and get the money. We'll split it up because I think last time I pocketed all the change that we got from the last robbery. So yeah, we'll divide it up.
Yeah,
With everyone apart from Gisela, because she's not actually doing the job.
yeah,
I have
no,
no issues with that.
yeah, completely fine. So yeah, let the how you dividing it? Are you just doing it straight?
Yeah. So
So
162 and a half each.
of course the dwarf would know.
is that right?
Yep.
Oh, 650, because it was. I thought
No,
it was six. I was doing 600 in my
You've just fought for that.
head.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Love that.
How much was this, sorry?
162
162.5.
gold and 5 silver.
Awesome.
So yes, you can pocket that. Yeah. I don't know if Bill over there has told you, but might have a few jobs in the next couple of days if you drop by again. Probably give you the same horse and cart back, depending on where you're going.
I like the trust in our quality work, mate. We're not cheap, but we're very reliable.
Yes, I mean you've made it quite a big one here, so thanks for that. But yeah, drop back in a day or two, and we'll see what we've got.
Perfect. Right, you lot, anything you want to do before we go to this these religious nuts?
I think Gisela and myself, we need to go to the temple, don't we? The Temple of Saloon. To see how she got catapulted into the sky.
I mean, to be honest, I don't normally go in with this religious stuff, but I'm intrigued as hell. So,
So yeah, just gonna ask this person at the desk, where is the Temple of Saloon, please?
oh, we did find out
Oh,
last
did we?
night at the
Alright.
bar. Yeah. The barman told us.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, you knew, or you now know that it's like on the inner. So don't picture it. I'll actually I'll put you on the map so you can see just of the listed there.
Yeah, city map.
Ooh.
I've made a city map and I've actually forgotten where I put the fucking notes.
Oops.
Did not mean to ping the map.
Where have I put those bloody notes for it? Jesus Christ. Hard work this GM, innit?
A little bit.
Not there? Jesus Christ, Fiddy, what have you done? Everything has been all in the same place. Why is this not in the same place? I thought I had this all sorted out. Sorry, guys. Du-du.
Classic.
Yeah.
These look like my town maps.
I suspect the same map generator was used.
Ah, there you go. Yes. So, you will know that just quite, it's obviously simple. You can see how much effort I put into this and how much utilities I have to use to make maps. But
Goes back from the days when we used to have hand-drawn maps that I copied into paint, wasn't it, Chad?
Yeah.
yeah. So, from general chit chat and bits and bobs from the bar last night, and especially being told where the temples were. So A is basically the center of the city, and that's where the university is
Okay.
for the city. B is then the temple of Moradin, where you have been told where it was.
Yep.
And specifically for you guys, D is the temple of Saloon as well, if you're going to head there now.
And whereabouts are we?
You are roughly...
I would presume we'd come on the eastern
Probably
gate,
somewhere
yeah,
over
Eastern
here.
Gate.
and it's going to be. I would have thought cart storage or couriers would be very near the gate, wouldn't they?
Yeah, let me get that up. So yeah, you've come in, you came in on the east. Why am I not pinging?
Yeah, it did ping.
Did it? Oh, it did. Yeah, so you've come in the eastern gate, and you like the cart storage is sort of like around here.
Okay.
And just picture it as you use the theatre of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the cart storage is the gap, like that triangular gap in between those
Okay.
buildings there. So you've got like alleyways. So they're not everything's buttered up. It's all normal city basically with alleyways and buildings. So yeah, I suppose you could, if you wanted to, you could do it. So come down this route, which would be the quickest route down this road here.
Sure.
From the cart storage. So yeah, you'd first see the university, really big building, pristine. You can see why Orium is the main city capital, basically for deities, temples, and magics people of all creatures, colors, classes, and creeds. It's quiet. It's still the morning. You're looking at around about like 8 o'clock. A few people sort of like milling about, and it looks like they've got professors walking into the university, and the couple of nerdier, keen students waiting for class to start or friends to get there. But yeah, so you're going to go to Temple of Saloon first, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. So absolutely not a problem as you're walking
I
about.
asked Gisela on the way, is like any of this springing any memories at all? You recognise any of this? Are you from round here? Because you're not sure, are you?
I think I am. I definitely remember growing up at the temple.
Make a history check first, please. Just a straight history roll. We'll go for that.
19.
Oh, nice. Yeah, now you've sort of like made it to a more prominent part of the city. You're having a look around, and yeah, I remember that being the university, and I'm sure the Temple of Saloon is pretty much straight on and just to the left. You're not getting much else memory-wise of the city and everything at the minute. How it's always been, it's very broken and patchy and big gaps. But you had the feeling that you had to come to Orium, and now you're stood in the center right near the university. It's like a homing beacon, basically. You know that Temple or Saloon is just round the corner there.
You know where I am. The temple's just around here.
Cool.
Don't remember anything else though.
It sounds like this was a worthwhile journey for you then. So it's
If you bang your head when you landed, I've seen that happen before with people in battle. If they bang their head, they can't remember nothing.
I don't remember landing.
Well, that adds to my supposition, then, doesn't it?
I'm sure a few people have walked away from Betsy looking a little confused.
Oh yeah, yeah. She does like confusing people with kisses.
You definitely
That reminds
landed.
me. If anyone sees a blacksmith, let me know. I need to get her buffed. Got to keep the scratches out.
You definitely landed.
Mm.
There was
Landed, fell.
there was a dent that was sort of U-shaped. I think you banged everything.
You know, I heard a theory once. If you lose your memory from banging your head, you can get your memory back by banging your head again. Do you want to try? I could throw you up in the air and you could land on your head again.
I think I'd rather
Tried that.
just ask people that know me.
All right, if you change your mind, just let me know.
Right, I think we should up the speed. Let's get to the temple before Grom has any more wonderful ideas, shall we?
Yeah, not a problem. And yet you kind of obviously all of this is new to most of you in the party. But as you're walking down Gisela, it's weird. So since basically waking up with very, very bad memory and no previous kind of like thoughts or ideas or anything like that, it's weird because you're walking down and it's definitely like, how do I describe it? Like deja vu. So you remember shops, but they now look different. It's almost like you're walking through like the streets and the tunnels and the alleyway, sorry. And you can see all of the bright colours these days, but your mind's sort of like, it's like everything's like grayscale of how you do remember it, and it's just little changes, little bits and bobs.
Just kind of autopilot walk to the temple, just kind of looking around, confused at everything.
Yeah, it doesn't feel doesn't make you feel uneasy. It's obviously just adding to that angst and that you can't remember anything. But yeah, that's absolutely no problem. What order are you going to go? Is everyone going into the temple, or is it just going to be Eramin and?
Oh no, I won't go in. I'll sit outside and wait. Don't like religious nutters.
I'm definitely going in.
Yeah, I'll go in. I was gonna say I'll go in if one other than Gisela is going in. So if Eramin is, I'll follow.
Yeah, you don't know if you saw it, but I've got the symbol of Saloon. I'm a cleric of Saloon, so it's my church, man. So,
Yeah, he would have seen it because he was on the
Yeah.
on the cart in the encounter when you and Gisela.
And you're comparing them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a very, very clean temple on the outside. Kind of like looks like it's like a marble effect, but it's not. It's very shiny rock work how it's built. With Saloon's symbol right on the top of the door, big sort of like double doorways to walk in. Actually, it's a bit weird, Eramin. It's one of the doorways you've been able to walk through without having to duck for quite a while. That's how big it is.
nice.
Quite nice. But yeah, you walk in, and again, it's early in the morning, very quiet. But the temple doors are open, acceptance of everyone. Like, Saloon is. No one's in the temple at the minute, or you can't see any.
I'm assuming this is because this is the Earth Goddess temple. There are plants, creatures. And...
Yeah, so you walk in, birds, plants, yeah, creatures, and it's weird. So like some temples, or the majority of temples you walk in, you basically would walk in and they'd have like a big altar in the center, filled with water, and like a fountain essentially. You walk in and it's where the altar should be, earth, with plants and sort of vines, and doesn't really impede on the path, and sort of like you walk in and it's like a circular sort of like walkway around with a couple of doors here and there, and you've got not a confessions box, but like a private area for sort of like communes and bits and bobs like that. But yeah, it's everything looks luscious.
Turn to Giselle. So, this is where you grew up.
Yeah,
It's nice.
it's the one bit I do remember.
I like it. Are there any butterflies about?
Make a perception check.
Okay, cool. Perception check.
I had one come and land on my missus' hand in the park yesterday.
Cool.
Sent me a video of it. Yeah.
6.
Was it blue?
It wasn't blue.
6.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no, it might be just a little bit too early. It's not quite warm enough yet for them to
Okay, cool.
flutter on by. Everything else is there, just not butterflies.
Okay, that's cool. That's fair enough. So, who do we speak to here? Do you recall a name? For who's in charge? Apart from Saloon, obviously.
Am I able to remember?
No, unfortunately. Again, a bit like walking down the streets and the alleyways. You kind of remember it not being as bright in here before. Again, it's like that grayscale colouring, but everything else kind of looks the same. The odd one or two changes, but nothing drastic. But no names are popping up.
It's like I can see people, but I can't see their faces.
So where do you sleep? I'm just trying to sort of gently push to see if any memories come back, just by asking simple questions.
Yeah, make do like a charisma check. So you, Eramin, do a charisma check, and yeah, and with that, do a history check, Giselle. I just want to see if him trying to push you like gently, rather than just asking you straight out questions.
11.
5.
I'm not very charismatic, to be fair.
No, I'm trying to just make it a bit sort of like natural-ish, but
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. You're not doing anything wrong, Eramin. And you feel like you're going the right way about things, rather than just basically sitting her in the center of a room on a chair and barraging her with questions.
So that's not my style. You're thinking of the others, Benjamin, Grant.
Yeah, exactly. What you're doing seems to... You feel like you're not doing the wrong thing. It's just whatever has happened. It was big. I mean, a fall from the sky. And yeah, Giselle is just...
What I'm going to do is, as we're in the Temple of Saloon, I'm just going to sort of close my eyes and take a really big, deep breath in, sort of breathe in all the scents of the flowers and the plants. And then I'm just going to let this big breath out and just push my hands onto Gisella's shoulders and cast Lesser Restoration. Just with the added oomph of being in the temple and just this warmth of washes over you as I cast
When-
Lesser Restoration.
When you take that breath in as well, it almost smells like home. Eramin. You
It's a
get that
bit
very
drier than home, but yeah, it's. I get that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, Chaz thinks that this is probably not going to do anything, but Eramin would at least try.
yeah. You do that, and you feel, Gazella, you feel a warmth come over you. Nothing has changed though. Eramin, make an Arcana check as well for me. Can you?
Ooh, 21.
I was sat here going, please make a good roll. Last week was so awful. For anything.
I mean, it's not been great so far this week
The-
either, but
You feel the spell take anchor. It's something more than
yeah, okay.
you. With that check, you know, it's something. Or you don't know what. You don't know if it's magic or a spell or just a really bloody big bump on the head. But yeah, it just didn't. The spell anchored, but it just didn't do anything.
I think we probably need to see somebody that you know. That should help. So, I'm just going to look around for people. I'd say, before I do that, could you show me where the High Priest would normally come into the building from? I've still got my hands on her shoulders, sort of standing sort of next to her, sort of leaning my hands next to her shoulders.
Kind of look around and see if I can remember.
Yeah, you have a look around and kind of almost it's like you've got a computer in your head, if you can imagine it, and you're kind of triangulating things by looking at the earth altar in the middle, and the door there and the window there, and you're kind of and then all of it, just as you're about to go that door there, the door then opens
Ah, good work.
Over there.
with a quite an old human, long silver hair, grey, not silver. Silver would be if they're of grey hair. Looks very well kept, and walks out with a lovely light brown, earthy robe on, and you can see, similar to yourself, Eramin, he has a necklace with Saloon's symbol on around. And the door opens, you see him walk out, and Gazella? Is that you, dear?
Ah,
What? Oh my. Things must be worse than... And... Oh. Hello,
hi.
sir.
I'm Eramin, and I'll just sort of pull from the fur my symbol. See, we, my friends and I, were blessed, if that's the right word, with Gisela from the sky. She fell, not on us, but near us.
Fell.
Yeah, big hole in the ground she fell in, made when she fell.
That, doesn't sound... Oh my.
So, She doesn't remember how to fly, so presumably you taught her.
No, not me, but
Sorry, I don't remember who you are.
oh yes, I am. I'm so sorry. It feels weird doing an introduction to you again, Gisela. But Eramin, hello, welcome to the Temple of
Thank
Saloon.
you. It smells a bit like home.
Yes, it has a way of making people feel at ease when they walk in. Praise be to Saloon. I'm Archie Walker, the High Priest of the temple here.
It's
In
good to
Orion.
meet you, Archie.
Yes, sorry, I'm almost as confused, I think, as what you could be. But please follow me. Let's go to my chambers. I think this is a. Are you the only ones here? Have you got any other friends you've come
Our
with?
friends are outside. Some of them do not do religion.
I think me and Jag both
That's
walked in.
Oh, did you both come in?
Jag and
You muted, James.
Sorry, this is
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
I'm standing right at the back. I'm doing that thing of like, when you sort of creep into midnight mass and you don't really want to be there and you're a bit awkward. I've kind of like squashed my hair down a little bit and I'm leaning on the back wall. I was like, holiness,
Almost like Detective Noir with the jacket on and the
yeah. But
Well,
nervous of the holy man.
Point at them both and say, these are two of our friends. We have another outside. Grom is best outside.
It's understandable. Some people don't do religion at all. Hello, both of you. If you didn't hear, Archie Walker here, High Priest of the Temple of Saloon.
Technically,
Good to meet you.
Holiness.
he's my boss. Technically.
Yes. This may seem strange. Neither of you look too much like you do religion.
Was me? No. Once a year, maybe.
Are you all here to help Gisela then, or?
To be honest, mate, I think the bear is the man in charge when it comes to this. We're well, I don't know. Jag might have an idea, but I'm a little out of my water here. A lady fell out of the sky. I'm doing deliveries today. She's one of my deliveries. If we could sort out this situation, I'll probably be off. Holiness.
What would be like the main sort of elvish religion? Would I have any prior knowledge to this place?
You would, not necessarily the temple, but what Saloon stands for sure. You would. I think you would know about most of the deities. You would have been definitely given that as a teaching from back home when you were younger. But yes, you definitely know the background and what Saloon stands for, has done. I will send you over because you yourself as your character, you said you're not at the minute religious or follow anything. Yes, so that's fine. But I will send you, just as a bit of a background, obviously from where you're from and that. After this session, I'll send you some of the deities' names, which I think you'll have a bigger understanding of, and who would be like the main elven god as well.
Yeah, great.
Yes. Well, if that's the case, and you're trying to help, did you all want to come into my chamber just so we can try and sort this out?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, yes.
So if you're walking over, I'm going to start walking over, but keep looking towards the exit, just thinking, debating, edgily, looking uncomfortably, walking towards the group.
Cool.
Yeah, there's no worries here for you, Benjamin. It's just that uncomfortableness of that you don't do
Oh yeah,
it at
100%.
all, for sure. But yeah, you walk through the doors that Archie walked through when he first met you and saw you, and you walk into sort of like it almost feels like a waiting room is the only way I can describe it. And you then walk straight ahead again, where it's obviously his chambers doors. He walks through, holds the door open for you, and yes, take a seat or stand, anything you wish to do. And you walk
Immediately
in.
sit in the comfiest seat.
uh, Easily done, for whatever you want to do. And you walk in, and the room feels like it's open.
Including if his is the comfiest.
It's just the
seat.
comfiest room. It is. He looks, and he's happy. He lets you kind of. It's fine. It's a seat you wanted to see. He
Cool.
said you can sit down.
See how
Yeah.
long it takes me to put my feet on his desk.
The room feels. It's weird. It's not a big chamber, but it feels so open. But it's not, if that makes sense. Do you get that kind of? It feels.
Good feng
Feng
shui.
shui is on point, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I couldn't think of feng shui for some reason. Obviously, I use it every day of my own life. But yeah, feng shui is on point.
The vibes.
And he walks in and he closes his chamber's doors, and there's jugs and glasses for water if you wanted it, on his desk, and he
Did
just
you
kind
say
of
jugs or drugs?
jugs. drugs on his desk. No, jugs of water
Just-
and glasses.
There's just a bowl of like mint imperials, Werther's originals, cocaine.
And
Nature's
he's,
bounty.
After kind of him being in front of us for a little while, am I getting any memories of this man?
you're not, but you feel like your head is like a Smarties packet is the only way I can describe it, and someone's shaking. It's almost like you should remember. You're trying to, but something's just stopping you from doing it. It's the first time you've actually felt like it's not just a bump on the head. It's like there's your memories of this place in its entirety have been basically put in an orb inside your own brain with a lock and key. It doesn't make you feel scared. It's just weird knowing that I know my name. I remember a few things. I should remember everything else, but something's stopping me. Archie kind of walks around to his desk and puts his hand on at the top of his chair where you're sat, Jag. So, thank you for coming in. I don't know how much you know about anything to do with religion, especially Saloon, Eremin. A lot, I'd expect.
One or two bits, yes.
One thing what worries me is that I wouldn't say I brought up Gisela, but gave her the knowledge and the freedom to explore and discover and go which way that they wanted to. And she, about a year or so ago, she was ascended, basically. One of the traditions. She was essentially chosen by Saloon herself to become more than, if she wanted to, what she is. Sorry, my phone's going off. Let me just put that in my pocket. And she accepted that with open arms and was taken up and ascended. Her teacher the past year has been someone called, I looked at this today, Lilith. Was it Lilith or Lilia?
Liliana.
Liliana. Liliana. Up until recently, thought everything was okay, and obviously not. You don't remember anything, Gisela.
It's hearing the name click anything in my head.
Well,
It doesn't. Again, it's
okay. As the name is said, I'm just going to again gently touch Gisela on the shoulder and cast command and say the word remember.
Ooh.
That's a wisdom saving throw for Gisela.
Really good at those.
Oh,
Really,
you
really
shit.
good at those.
Bugger. I thought that was a clever idea.
I rolled a 5 for a total of 3.
Awesome. You had to beat a 14, so the command should take effect.
Interesting application of the spell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there.
I suppose it depends whether the not remembering is willing.
Yeah. I have no idea if it'll work or not, but got to try.
It does say if the target can't follow your command, the spell ends.
Yeah.
But I think it's down to DM ruling.
Oh,
It does
absolutely,
say
yeah. I'm not
if you
going to get
don't
salty if it
issue one
doesn't
of
work.
the. It's a case of if you don't offer one of the traditional words, the DM determines how it happens.
I very much like that thought, Chaz. I really do. So yes, right, okay. This is what happens. You touch her lightly on the shoulder again and cast command, and again you feel the spell have no barrier. As you know, it's she failed the check. But it's almost like it's hit back at you. You the spell kind of goes through that mental barrier, and it's almost like it doesn't hurt you or anything, but it's almost like you feel it being
Repelled.
like hit back at you, repelled. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, did you just try something there, Eamon?
Did you say something, Aramin?
I asked if you would remember the name.
No.
I think this has been done to you. I don't think this is natural memory loss.
It's like someone's put everything in a box. I can't open it.
This. Okay. Bear with me 2 seconds, and Archie just rummages through a couple of drawers, and you see him sort of get a bit of this and a bit of that. He puts them all like in a component pouch. He shakes it up and then puts his fingertips into the pouch as if he's taking a pinch, and just kind of does that right over Gazella. Essentially, he's just cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Obviously you don't see it, and he's kind of like, he kind of does that, and he's got his like, there's, yes, a box, you say. It feels like locked away. Unfortunately, this is beyond me. I can kind of see something. It's like a barrier, something which has been cast on you, but it's very dark magic. Also looks like there's remnants of extremely powerful good magic, i.e. from Saloon, either herself or Liliana, to protect you. I think that's why you fell, survived, but unfortunately you have no memory of what's going on.
Why would I be in the sky in the first place?
Like I was saying about the ascension, essentially you decided you wanted to help more than just the people in Orium. Essentially as many people as you could. You wanted to, you had the chance to become of a certain higher power. You were in training to do that.
Do
So
I know
we
what
did.
he's talking about?
Yeah, so you know that, and it's not just, may not just be Saloon, or like the Temple of Saloon, but some other temples and religions do this, whether they've worked or not, in as from what you know. But they talk about ascending chosen followers of basically the right stock who have tick all of the boxes exponentially for
Right.
being what, and they certain religions talk about it in not necessarily going up to heaven or ascension, but being taken into like a different realm, into like a void, where the power of the gods is more like prolific there.
So
And it's kind of like,
are we talking about they're trying to make her into an angel or
yes,
some sort of
yeah,
avatar of the god?
training, yes, basically.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, so Ehrman would definitely know of this and of this tradition in different religions. However, you have never been there to see one of the rituals take
Right.
place,
Okay.
and you have never physically seen anybody essentially disappear right in front of you or be lifted up as a anything like that. But yeah, you
Okay.
know.
All right. So I know
Um,
that, and I just sort of look down again. I'm just literally standing behind Gisela with my hand on her shoulder still. Sort of look at her very carefully. Is she... trying to figure out what I want.
Oh, you're
Wait.
about to ask a fiddy question.
I am, but I'm just trying to phrase it the right way.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, with all this talk of Ascension and Liliana and being removed literally to a different plane, was Gisela a willing subject? Was this something they were doing with her permission? So, or is this? I want to read him as well, because I don't. It's a little weird.
Mission and religion is a very grey area, dude.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of.
Make an insight check on Archie for sure if you're trying to read him.
Yeah, I'm definitely
definitely
trying to read him, but at the same time read her reaction to this talk of Ascension, because it is a big thing to do to someone, or to have done to you.
Make an insight check on Gisela as well. So two separate ones, please.
So first one is 25
For Archie, yeah.
for Archie.
He's not lying. He is
Right.
100% telling you the truth that he was there. He was a big part of Gisela's life. I keep wanting to say something completely different with that name every time. Yeah, he was a big part of Gisela's life and upbringing. Not a father figure, but was there constantly for her, basically,
Right.
from what he said.
So he genuinely
you
deeply
don't get-
cares for her.
Yeah, you don't get any bad vibes from him
The vibes are
at
good
all
this
in
one.
that
Okay.
respect.
All right, let's try Gisela then. Oh, for fuck's sake. 8. This was the important one.
What was the 25 roll for Archie? A natural 20 or
No, 19.
19?
I've got a +6 to insight.
Oh, I really want to. No, okay. It's like I really want to.
That's okay.
Yeah, you don't.
I mean, she's lost her memory. Something's been done to her, so it's very difficult to read her. Okay.
When you're trying to read her with that,
Is that same barrier coming up again?
not a barrier, but it's weird. It's like blank canvas because of her memory loss. Like you eventually get nothing. You know, she's a person. She knows her name. She has had patchy memories of something happening before she was on Earth, and
Okay.
yeah, it's like it's almost like you are trying to read a blank piece of paper. It's the only way I can describe it. That
Okay.
there's no barrier. There's no like interference. There is just nothing.
Weird. Okay. I'm just going to take a quick look at Benjamin. So, vibes are okay.
Benjamin's unfrosting and crossing his arms and fidgeting quite a lot, and he's looking back over. Eramin's like, it's not. It's
It's
not.
not.
I'll wander over to the group a little bit. I'm still standing behind Eramin ish.
Okay.
Sort of join in with the conversation a little.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just sort of step back a little bit so that you're next to me, and just sort of put my hand. I've got one hand on Gisela's shoulder. I put my other hand on your shoulder, just to make you feel better.
I don't know quite what's happened or gone on. But I can certainly send a bloody important message out and
Yeah,
hopefully get some few
Father,
answers.
Father. Sorry, holiness. I was listening to what you were saying earlier over there, and you said something's gone wrong, like as if you sort of knew that something might have gone wrong or that something should have been going right. What was that?
Not necessarily that.
Do you know where Gisela's supposed to have been?
She should have. Yes, she should have been in the higher planes, is I suppose what some people call it. It's almost like it's a different plane where gods and higher powers can be, and it's kind of like in tune with our world. It's almost like it overlaps it or underlaps it, depending on how you look at it.
One of Ben's eyes is getting a little twitchy.
And she should have been perfectly safe there. But something's happened. And a really powerful spell has been put on her memory. So she can't remember any of the events, apart from maybe patchy sounds and lights every so often. And I don't know how to stop it, to take it off. I need to ask somebody else.
I hate to speak out of turn here, but has it occurred to anyone that she successfully ascended and was one with Saloon and her higher beings, and then for some purpose has been sent back by Saloon themselves to assist with something here on the mortal plane?
Yes, but
Perhaps the memory loss is intentional or unintentional. Well, it's obviously one of those.
if that has happened before, not in my time, but normally the person who does come back has full memory and account of what their mission is, not to find out on the way.
Possibly unintentional then.
Yes,
Or
but I think it's intentional, but by
interference.
an by not a higher power than Liliana, but an equal power, but from and he just
The reason she has been sent back is also the reason why that thing has interfered with the sending back of her. Fuck.
even me as a person actually had to think, what did he just say there? Yes, it completely right, Jag, was it?
Yeah. You've heard of my reputation spreading already.
Well, no, I think Ereman just introduced you and Benjamin when he pointed you out. You see, he's got like there's no kind of like, I know the great musician called Jag type thing.
You will, my friend.
Yes, you could have hit the nail on the head there, Jag. That I
I
don't
am good
think.
at nailing.
Do you know how to get hold of this Liliana? She might know what's gone on.
I will try. It's a bit of a process to do so, and might take me all day. But if you can leave it with me, and come back tomorrow, all of you are welcome back at any time. But yes, come back tomorrow. I'm hoping I can maybe not have all the answers, but maybe a direction to point you in to get some. It's worrying because just over a year isn't enough time to become fully ascended as such. For something to put this spell on someone's mind, the evilness of it is just unthinkable. Potentially more is afoot, but let's focus on Gazella's memory now, and maybe what happened and why she is here. If you'll trust me, I know none of you really know me, but I will do my best today to get answers, or at least one answer for you, and we can take it from there.
Right, sounds good to me. Thank you, Father. Father. And I'll start walking slowly backwards, doffing cap and.
The absolute, like, I don't know what to do here. It's like,
Yeah, exactly. That's that awkward.
I'll
Not
just
himself.
look at Benjamin and smile, and then look back to. Crap, I've forgotten his name.
Archie.
Archie. Look back at Archie and just smile. And okay, so we should go out into the city for a while. See if walking around familiar places helps at all.
Might be a good idea.
So,
Has-
Aaron, do we trust him?
Oh, the
You
vibes
seem
are
like,
very good with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume you wait
Has-
till we left his office before you ask me.
Yeah.
Can we trust him? Can we?
Look, this dude right
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, that's fine. So basically, to come back tomorrow. He didn't say a time, but obviously that's up to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
Has
rest of the day is yours.
Yeah, just before we leave the temple completely, has it warmed up enough for butterflies? I'm obsessed.
Make a perception check.
Gonna happen, man.
It's got to happen at some point. Not today. 6.
Oh.
It's grog growing that beard.
It's yeah, yeah. It's warmer. It's definitely warmer. Butterfly weather, but it's just none about at the minute.
Okay. Just wander on out.
As I walk out, I'm just like, oh, they give me the willies, them people.
Well, you were very polite.
They just take the me out of me. To be honest, mate, I
Yeah.
don't know me arse from my elbow when I'm around them.
You walk outside, see Grom with butterflies around his head, swatting them and shouting at them to get away from him.
You don't. You don't.
That would be a good idea.
On that though, we will take bit of an early break.
Okay, cool.
Bit of a big
Bit of a long drop.
dump
Wow.
there of information.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do that now. Tonight's
Okay.
I think episode is going to be a bit of a chill one. So yeah,
Sweet. Right.
Oh, we've got to have a shopping spree, haven't we? We're in a city, we're going paid, we've got to go and buy stuff.
Absolutely. Right, we'll be right back. So, I'll hand you straight over to our GM. Vinny?
Yes. So, a big, not a big, a medium bit of lore dumping there before we left. But yeah, you're now outside of the temple. Where would you like to go to next?
I think as we're walking along, I'm going to start siding Eramin off a little bit. Just wander away from the pack a little bit, just so I can have a chat as we're going along.
Sure.
Yeah. What are you making of all this? This is totally your bag.
There's something wrong. The vibes on Gisela are empty. They're not good or bad. They're just not. So reading her is very difficult. Her whole aura is not.
Not what?
Yeah, not. So
Bad nast.
she, I think, has had something done to her by somebody bad, because she's been asked to do something good.
Well, yeah. If this was all on me, I thought this was where we stopped. I thought we just dropped her off and we moved on to our job.
I
But
don't think so.
I know that this is part of your crowd. I know that this is your thing, and I'll never judge you for having all your magical people in the sky and all that stuff. And you do a lot for me. So I just want to know. Obviously, like I said, I thought this was a drop off and go, but this is all on you, pal. If you think that you want help with something with this lady, then you let me know.
I think we need to help her.
Well, that's all you have to say. You don't have to tell me no more than that. It would all go over my head anyway. Listen, you do everything for me. you are my shoulder. So whatever you need to do, mate, we're with you. Well, I'm with you. We might have to talk to the dwarf. I don't know. I mean, he's if he's not getting paid, he's in big trouble. But maybe we can pick the job up on the way and try and just talk to him a little bit. And
a side quest deal.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Sunshine and see if we can at least convince him we're getting paid for this.
Yeah, if Gisela wants us to help her, we have to ask. But I think we do need to do something for her to understand what is happening.
How's about this then? You ever talk with her? You find out whatever you want to find out of her. We'll come back here. We'll do this is your mission. I'm more than happy to help you out. We'll do this whole thing. We'll carry on for the day. We'll go up to the temple and we'll work out what this job's going to be. And at least then we can pay little man and Singy boy.
He wants to go to the blacksmith. He likes hammers, so.
Oh, that was sweet in the deal. Yeah. We'll get. There you go. We'll get Betsy polished up for him.
That's good.
And we'll tell him there's a lot of faces to smash wherever we're going for the for the fallen angel.
I think
we got this. Big Easy. Don't you worry, man. We've got this. Cool. Let's go back to the party and get onto this temple.
You're the best, Benjamin.
I try, mate.
We're just
right, you horrible lot. Let's find our way to this blacksmith for Sunshine here. We've got a bit of time to kill.
I love that Sunshine has stuck.
I can't believe you let me call it. Yeah.
Oh, he'll get his vengeance one day. He's just
yeah, when I snuggle up and that hammer makes connection.
So yes, blacksmith first, yeah.
Sure. And as we're walking, I'll just ask Gisela. We would like to help with your memory, if you want us to help.
You've helped a lot already.
But I think we need to do more. Something is wrong somewhere.
I was going to ask if you guys wouldn't mind me staying around.
I think
For a
you
bit.
should.
I think maybe if I travel a bit, it might help me remember.
Yes.
Maybe we can find this Liliana.
Yes.
My dear, you are
Thank
more
you.
than welcome to join us. But please, if things might get grotty, please don't get upset with us.
I
And no messing with my mind again.
was just a bit scared. That was all.
Everything
I-
will be cool. Okay? Everything will be cool. We will find your vibe and return it to you. The vibe of the fallen angel. Cool.
I still find that a bit surprising.
That sounds like a good song title, that.
Find what surprising?
Oh, yeah, you aren't in there. Apparently, the reason I fell from the sky is because I was training to become an angel.
You're all gonna love this story, mate.
What? And did you do something bad and they chuck you out and you fell to the ground?
I don't know.
We don't think so.
No, I don't care either way. I mean, it's all bloody mumbo jumbo, but just like to know.
Well, that's what we're going to try and find out.
All right. They're paying us.
Obviously.
That's good. Right, come on then.
I have agreed a deal.
Good.
Not going to tell you what it is.
I just look up at Eramin a little bit confused and just continue walking.
That's cool.
I don't care what it is. I mean, you
Yep.
guys,
No.
we've been working together a while. The money always comes in. If you made a deal, you made a deal.
Yep.
If there's no money involved, I'll just take it from you.
That's fine. You could certainly try.
Well, yeah. I've actually broke your kneecaps first because you're a bit tall.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying, I wonder if I can actually out heal your damage. Probably.
Probably could.
So it's kind of like a mindless walk because you've been here before, Grom.
Yeah.
So you're chatting and you're just looking at things. It's starting to pick up pace a little bit around this part of the city. And yeah, you just kind of go in and out of the shops and the alleyways, and then there she is, the blacksmith right in front of you.
Cool. I will go in and say hello. I would presume I know the dwarf that's running it because I only ever go to a dwarven blacksmith.
It is a dwarven blacksmith for sure. Yeah, you know, you don't personally know the dwarf, but you've been here before.
I was only here for a couple of days before I was run out of town.
Yeah. So you walk in. She's like, "Oh, hello. How are you?"
All right. Yeah, I'm all right.
Oh, haven't changed in everything, Grom.
No.
And you'll know this as being a dwarven name. Why didn't I think of a fucking dwarven name? And why didn't I think of a blacksmith? Of course you want a blacksmith being a dwarf in the party, wouldn't you?
Bring up
But
your
everything
list
else-
of random NPCs.
I got everything
Every
figured
other
out.
shopkeeper.
And yeah, and honestly, and just I didn't think of a bloody.
Always the way. Wherever the party chooses to go first, that's the one you ain't got.
You'll know this dwarf blacksmith as called Hafem, Hafem.
Affam. Okay. All right, Affam.
Well, yeah, bloody lovely. What brings you back here then? Didn't you get kind of run out last time?
Don't know what you mean. Wasn't me, it was another one.
Right,
This-
yeah.
Betsy here needs a bit of a polish.
Oh, look at her. Yeah, she was beautiful the last time we brought her in.
I know she's had a few dents and scratches since then. Just wanted to give her a quick makeover.
Righto, that it, just a bit of a polish and a bit of a clean up.
Can you do something else?
Well, we may have ventured in a little bit of put some magics on it as well, make it a bit better.
And I'll look at Betsy. Just go quiet for a minute. Nod my head. Say, what can you do then?
Well, I can make it so like she's a little bit magical all the time, so there's more damage to things, but don't take
Ooh.
a little bit of beating.
Ooh, I like that. All right then.
It's not like an instant thing, so it would be. I mean, it might take me a day or so to do it, so you'll have to leave Betsy with me. But you know me,
You know,
I'll
that's
take
what
good
will
care.
happen. I'll stay here with it.
We'll stay here with you. Well, yeah, I mean that's fine.
Oh, there you go. I can pump your bellows for you.
I don't know how to. You said that last time, and yes, I can pump my own bellows, thank you. But you're more than welcome to stay here. It's fine.
All of us, Forte.
Yeah, I know. Right, yeah. I mean, it's not going to be cheap though, Grom. You got the money
How
for it?
much?
Well, we did it with that, and then a bit of a polish up as well, and then probably looking at around about like the 300 mark, 300 gold. The enchantment, and then for the polish up.
It'd be good, mine, for that much money.
Always the best, you know me.
All right, 300 it is then. Nothing's too good for my Betsy.
Righto. Yeah. So, anything else from you, lovely people, or is it just Grom's Betsy?
I'm going to walk over to him and grab him around the shoulder and sort of lead him away a little bit and lean down into his ear. I was like, here, listen, mate. You ain't got any of them swords with like a name. You know, like a name. I want a sword with a name. Apparently, if you got a sword with a name, you're a person, right? Oh, you got anything with a name? I don't want like Betsy. I don't want like this nutbag's made up his own fucking name. I don't know. I'm not even sure what Betsy's got going on. But I mean like one of them swords with a name, like Oath Keeper, or I don't know, Death Dealer or something.
I mean,
Awesome.
what name would you like?
Well, it's got to be a real name. I'll just make it up. Otherwise, might as well just call it Betsy. Oh, like Chop Slapper, or like.
Fucking brilliant.
Pumping the
I'm
bellows.
gonna miss it now laughing.
I need to get my notes for my homebrew ideas.
Yeah.
Chop
Well,
slapper.
I want to be listen, mate. I want to be a fucking professional. I want to just look a bit harder. I thought, sort of a name. It's one of them things I've heard. Like, it's a big city. I've never been here before. There's a lot of hocus pocus around here. If you ain't. If you're not a big dwarf, you're not a big dwarf. It's not a thing. It's all right. I just thought you might have had one of them swords with a name.
Well, they're not exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about, and they're not exactly the easiest things to come by these days. I mean, that's like top tier enchantments for sword or a weapon like that, and it can be done. I can probably make one for you, but it's gonna take a lot longer than a day. I know that much.
Listen, mate. We're floating about. We've got a few jobs to do here. Just bear it in mind that there's a handsome young lad that's rolled into town, and he's a bit of a chap, and he wants a sword with a name. Just put it about, maybe.
It's not like I have to put it about, but like.
Oh, we'll put it about when we have to. Listen, mate, it's one of those things. Like,
There's a lot of weapons like that were like made way back in the day. Like,
oh, that's it. That's they're the ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
history. It's got to come. I want history.
But there's very few and far between them like these days. Some are just completely and utterly lost, or they were broken. And
Listen,
if I were
mate,
to,
if
if I was
you
to make
don't.
an enchantment myself and could kind of make it a little bit specific to what you wanted, if I did that you're talking like a good 6 months of enchantment to do on a weapon, and A lot of gold, like a lot of gold.
You probably could have got out of this just by giving me a silver with a name, but you know.
Right,
Oh, well, just bear it in mind, mate. Bear it in mind. We're floating around, handsome chap, out of town, sword with a name.
I'll put a few feelers out and see what we get back then.
That's all I can ask.
And the handsome chap, does he have a name?
Uh, Big Ben. Most people call me. You know.
Right, okay, Big Ben. Right, yes, that's fine. All right then, Big Ben. I'll put the word out and see what we get back then for you.
Perfect. That's all I can ask. That's all I can ask, mate.
Big Ben and his chop snapper.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyone else in? No, just Betsy.
I mean, sorry, just out of character. I'm assuming we can't just buy magical weapons in places like this.
So
It's like-
you can, however, a bit of backstory now. We've like got this like world backstory. There are magical weapons, like with Betsy. Like you can get magical weapons with which will make it like a +1, +2, blah 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 blah. But the higher the enchantment, the longer it takes, basically, and the more gold it would take as well for components, time, all of that. So they can be made, but like I just said, in character as Hatham, legendary items essentially, like from back in the day when gods or higher wizards, sorcerers, whatever made them, they're very few and like far between. So they're either lost, broken, and don't work with the magic anymore.
Or they're hidden in a chest in a dungeon we haven't come to yet.
Yeah, essentially.
I mean, as far as the game goes, out of character, you could have literally just said, "I've got a sword called Death Justice," and it's a normal, you know, short sword or whatever, and I would have been all about it.
But dwarves aren't like that. Not from that. They wouldn't do that.
Fair.
But yeah,
It's a honest dwarf.
you can get them. You never know. The D&D gods might have a chest in a dungeon or a cave you go into at some point with a big shiny weapon. What?
It wasn't what I was angling at, though.
No. I know what you're angling at.
Are we leveled up yet?
Like with Betsy, though, if you wanted at any point to get make one of your daggers or swords magical, you can get a simple enchantment for that. That would be like no problem essentially. The bigger weapons will see what happens within the campaign to what you get basically.
Yeah.
But
I think you
I
also
will just make the note of Whopper though. Just
Oh well, look, you know, I mean, I'll say to the guy, like, you know, well, whatever you're doing to Betsy, you couldn't shine up my two switchblades, could you? And
well, yeah, we could do that and like the same enchantment on him.
yeah, sounds right to me. To be honest, mate, I don't really get down with this magic stuff either. I don't really understand it, but if it makes me hurt people a little bit quicker and a little bit faster, a little bit harder, I'm all about it. Don't mind spending a bit of pocket.
I mean, they're smaller than Betsy, I know that, but the enchantment is pretty much the same. But polish up, bit of a sharpen, bit of an enchantment. I say 400, 200 per dagger.
Swords.
Sorry.
Sounds perfect. I'll have that. And you can keep them here. I'm gonna check out the town while I'll leave them with Grom and Betsy.
But yeah, he'll keep an eye on Betsy. Thing never leaves his sight. But yeah, 400. Both of the swords, get them done for you. Not a problem.
Thank you very much. Is it? Are we depositing here, or are we paying on pickup? Very much assuming you're not expecting all the money right now.
No, but like half and half.
Sounds like a deal.
Yeah, so take 200 out of your purse, and you reckon? See, I've got to do Betsy as well, so you're probably best to come back like tomorrow evening. Then I should have yours done.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Right. Probably see you tomorrow then, Big Ben.
Thank you very much. Grom, do you want us to bring us some beer or something while you're here, or are you lot going to be all right?
Bring a beer. He's got a whole barrel in the back.
Right, as long as you're all right. You don't want anything from us. You won't pick anything up on around town while we're here.
Oh, I'm all right.
I'll put a copper for you in the prayer jar when we go to the temple.
Does anybody else want anything from the blacksmith?
No, I don't think so. Not for me.
So you're gonna stay there, yeah, Grom?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't
Yeah.
let Betsy out my sight.
Yeah. So as the rest of you leave and Grom stays, you see. So imagine it like a barn style, like old style, like blacksmiths with big sort of like bifold doors what are open. As soon as you leave, because of everything you've just asked for, the doors are shut. You hear like a chain be put on the handles, like as the lock as you go in, and you hear a bit of mumbling between Hatham and Grom. Basically, the keg's been cracked open and the work is started.
So lock it at the blacksmith's.
Yeah. So where to next then?
Well,
Weren't
Right.
you guys talking about going to another temple?
Yeah, we've got to go to the can't remember which one it was.
Temple of Moradin. We have to see.
We know where it is, right? I think.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
not the big temple in the mid? No, that's the.
No, that's the university.
Yeah, yeah.
Temple of Moradin is
You
wasn't
didn't
it?
tell us. It's just
Was
round
B.
the corner, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah B.
So yeah, we have to see Catherine for some work. So whilst we
Yeah.
try and work out what is happening to you, we need to earn money so we can pay Grom. Otherwise, he gets shouty.
I mean, should we be going there with Grom? No, he don't give a damn, does he?
As
He
long
can
as
give a
we
rat's
get-
ass
as
as
long
long
as
as he's
we
getting
get
paid at the
money.
end of it. Brother Jack, anything you want to do on the way there before we get tied up in this?
No, I'm good. I'm just happy tagging along.
Well, I guess we head to the temple.
Sure.
Yeah. So again, not an issue. You know where that is, so you make it up there, and you see this one, Temple of Moradin. Is a hell of a lot bigger temple, and just like the Temple of Saloon, it's kept very clean. It does seem a bit busier, but it is a bit later in the morning now, so more people up. But yeah,
I'll just-
you
As we go in, just sort of lean down to Benjamin. Now, Moradin thinks he's in charge of the gods because he was the creator. He's not really in charge. Saloon is, obviously. But I
Does that
think-
mean this lot are going to be more up their asses than?
Yeah.
I quite like, to be honest, they all give me the creeps, but this last one was actually not too bad. I quite like the whole nature vibe of it all.
Yeah, this is going to be white pillars, gold, the whole
Gold, you say?
probably. They tend to
Nice.
collect money.
Yeah, this is what I've heard about the religious lot. I can hear it's all a bit of a swizz.
Yeah, not saloon though. It's all about.
No, well, right, yeah, no. Well, I mean, if you're paying people in flowers, I mean, you know, you're hardly on the wrong side of Carmo Street, are you?
Quite. So,
Right. Are you not into this lot then?
no.
Do you not like this lot?
I mean,
Oh, you like
it's-
everything. You like everyone.
It's okay, but just to let you know that they're going to be probably more snooty. I think you used the word.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Right. Okay. Wits about us. I'll try and stay calm. I don't think I'd ever hit a holy man, to be honest. I mean, Jesus, I mean, whoever that is.
So yeah,
He's a carpenter from my last town I was in. So, makes a beautiful cup.
brilliant. So yeah, you walk in again, very clean on the outside. Brilliant stonework for the temple as well. And yeah, and just basically as Eramin has just explained to you, it's not audaciously pompous when you walk in, but it is white, like stonework, white robes, shiny. So not just gold, but you've got silver and gold, like cups, and like candlesticks, candelabras, all of that. Definitely more pompous than the Temple of Saloon, but not like steps, sort of like miles ahead, basically. But yeah, you walk in and it's again a lot busier than Temple of Saloon. Looks like just some general like Joe public coming in for prayers or guidance or just to do whatever they're there to do. A couple of sort of like the lower like priests about. And who's gone in? Is it all of you gone into it this time?
I think
Yeah,
so,
I'd be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get a perception check from you all then, please? Apart from Gazelle though, because you have no idea what Catherine looks like.
7.
6.
Anyone?
Benjamin's on the case.
Oh, there's me. No, you don't see it. You might as well walk out. Fuck it.
I'm busy just taking out my chain and making sure it's on display, the symbol of a saloon, just so that nobody gets confused about what god I'm into.
Jag is sort of like focusing on all of the shinies and the gold dotted about the place. Oh, sorry, but yeah, Benjamin, as you're like looking around and you see like a couple of like the lower priests walking around, and some with Joe Public and all of that, and then you just like she was in Ibude. She's kind of she's been waiting for you basically. So she left a couple of days before you to get here, and she's just kind of like in the back, not quite under sort of like a curtain, but you know, just sort of like very just making sure everything's going okay in the temple, and she kind of sees you.
Right, as I see her, I'm just going to give a massively obnoxious wolf whistle, like huge, like one of those kind of business. Catherine, wave and walk over.
Yeah, and she kind of, hello, yes.
Hello, my dear. Long time.
Well, a couple of days, I suppose, isn't it?
It felt like a long time for me.
Yes. Glad you made it, though. How was the travel?
Interesting, to say the least. Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
Have you all gone over as well?
Oh yeah, I would have followed, and probably
you've
pulled along Gisela.
I'm just following Aramin.
Where's Catherine gone? You have a new party member.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a lot of.
This is Gisela. She's my friend.
Hello, Gisela. Nice to meet you.
And I'm Jack.
This is Jack.
You too, Jack. Hello. I'm Catherine. Nice to meet you. I work for the temple here. Your good friends in Ibudo after they did what they had to do. Yes, sorry. Quickly follow me. Well, just go to the back chamber here and see the high priest. We do have some information what happened in Ibudo for you, like I did say. And some more information on further matters as well, which goes for a price. You'll do.
And this is the job you were talking about, is it?
Well, I knew we'd have some jobs, but this one does seem the most important at the minute. So follow me, and we'll we'll speak to the high priest. She just leads you into, again, like another chambers, overly more pompous than what Archie's was. Archie's was very earthly, plain, and encompassing, and just like totally like you walk in and it is like the room doesn't need to be this big for one fucking person, put it that way. Like overly big with all I can describe them as is like the Roman like chaise-longs and chairs and everything, you know, with like the gold sort of like wooden effect with like the red velvet and stuff like that. That's the whole room basically. It's just too bright, too clean. Yeah, Chaz has just gone. Oh, yeah. And you see this half-elven priest stand up from behind his desk. It's hello, how are you all? Nice to meet you. Come in. Take a seat, all, please. We've business to discuss, I think.
Governor.
Yes. I'm High Priest William Dunham from Temple of Morden here in Orium. Nice to meet you. Catherine, can you just shut the door for me, please? And she shuts the door, and almost as she shuts the door, you almost feel like it's created like a sound barrier. Like, so it's now like completely, like no one can hear in, no one can hear out, basically, of the room.
Ben doesn't have the same uncomfortable vibe in here. He's got much more of a curly lip, sees this as royalty type people, and is more disdained than grovelly.
Yeah, no, completely. Yes. Well, a lot to catch up on in what happened in Ibrido and everywhere else, and thank you for that. Catherine was sent there to see what was happening, but lucky you turned up on time.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what any of that was about, but we found out that you lot were interested in it.
Well, yes, and we do this sort of thing all of the time, and some stuff happens, weird stuff happens, bad stuff happens, and we just like to keep track on things. After the event, though, this has come out as a bit more pressing. I don't know how much any of you know about Moradin.
Personally, nothing.
Bits and pieces.
Yes, I know of Moradin.
Yes, well, obviously the High God Moradin, who creator of all. Basically, I don't know, how do I say this? I think Moradin banished someone. Let's start there. He banished one of his fellow gods. Well, not just him, but the others did as well. Very evil person called Asmodeus. He's now the god of the 9 hells. And he can't escape, but some of his followers pop up every now and then and do stuff like you saw in Ibrido. This is the worst one, though, because it wasn't just Ibrido that was hit. There was a few other places over the country as well. Same thing happening. Not necessarily masks, but items of clothing being charmed. And mutating people. It wasn't good. A lot of lives lost, and yours was the only one that was actually stopped. So thank you for that.
We've got a habit of doing that.
Yes, it's quite lucky you did. It seems like demons are trying to raise their army. Get a bigger one. Not entirely sure what for.
Generally, if an army is being raised, for a war.
Well, yes. Either that or a complete and utter slaughter of something.
Just general sort of conquest.
Yes, but it's happened just more recently. Like I said, Ipido was hit the same time as 3 other places across the country. Yours was the only one that was stopped. And we have no idea what's coming next or what's going on. Unfortunately, I'm the High Priest, but no word from Moradin as of yet either. It's very unlike him. He does like to tell us what's going on. We have one lead, which is the job for you. Quite important, if you're willing to take it. And a fair amount of gold will be given as well. But it's basically a ancient tablet which has information on that would like to read, but it needs to be found first. What say you? Will you, or should I find somebody else?
That's pretty much exactly up our street, mate.
Ehrman, just make a history check for us, please, can you?
Sure. Wrong priest. 9. Bad again. Gotta change my dice out.
Most of it sounds like new to you, but it talks through many different temples and where you're from Saloon. There has been the odd 1 or 2 snippets of what you can remember of these ancient tablets.
Right.
But that's about it. So you've heard of them, not necessarily what they are, do have on them, but you've at least heard of them.
Okay.
Yes, we're not entirely sure where it is, but I'll get the map up for myself because I've forgotten the place I'm using. But information leads us to believe that it is somewhere in Wolfhaven, on the northern continent. Obviously, we can give you some money now for materials, travel, and when you come back with the tablet, we can give you the rest, if that's okay.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
How much are we
All we
talking?
really
Yes, how much are we talking?
Quite a big ask, really, isn't it?
Yes, it's
Is Wolfhaven... Sorry, I haven't got access to the world map at the moment, so...
Oh, I'm not sorry. It's my fault. I should have dragged you on just so you can see.
Gotcha. Right, okay. That's a fair old way. Okay. So I'm just seeing where I've been. So if I would know.
do we know generally who frequents that area? Is it populated?
It is populated, not as heavily as most other places around the world. You obviously know Pond Peak,
Yeah.
where Airman's from, and also Pine Bay. Yourselves, Pinefield and Fairbeach, you know as well. You know that Newgard is Orcs, Orcish territory. Wolfhaven, because of where it is, and that it's right next to Newgard, basically, it's a bit of a lost city, essentially. It's a few stragglers roam there, squatters essentially, do you know what I mean? But there's no particular race or like population there as such. Yes, price again. 8,000 gold.
We can round that up to 10, can't we?
I mean, we could, but 8,000.
I mean, that blouse you're wearing alone is enough to pay for that.
Well, if you prefer the blouse itself, I can give it to you.
No, cold hard cash, mate. It's
And this is where you see, like, obviously he was quite happy and welcoming when you first came into the room. Got down to business. Obviously, you figure out that Catherine has obviously filled him in with everything what happened at Ibrido and how you were with like sourcing things and finding things out and figuring stuff out. But he's now come down to that, like you said, it's all about the money. 8,000, 10,000.
10,000, yeah. That seems fine.
A long way to travel, isn't it?
It is.
It is
Do you
Nougat.
have any sort of quicker modes of transport that we can make use of? Some sort of teleportation?
I think we can, but the only teleportation to that part of the continent would be Fairbreach. Nowhere else has it.
that's all right. I know that area. That's not far from home. We can make our way up Wolfhaven from there.
Getting back though would be the problem. I
We're
think
not
it
in
would
such
be-
a hurry getting back.
Well,
I might go and see Ma while I'm up there.
depends how badly you want the gold, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, it's half up front, isn't it? Standard procedure.
Make a persuasion check. I love that. Well, it's half up front, isn't it?
Well, that's how we do the job, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, no, only 27.
Oh no.
Martin, I'm so disappointed.
Bring.
Yes, half up front. And I can potentially sort the teleportation out within the within the day, basically. So either this evening or tomorrow morning. Could be
Yeah,
sorted in Fairbreach.
Yeah, we got a few things to do tonight, so it'll be tomorrow.
It will be tomorrow evening. As we have a number of commitments in the city. I'll just look at Benjamin.
Yeah,
We're not going anywhere without your bloody swords, that's what.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's absolutely fine. It probably makes it easier to not rush the teleportation and people who are going
Listen,
to
if
do
you're
it.
throwing me through a magic hole, you make sure it works properly first.
Oh,
I don't want half of me to turn up in Fairbridge and the other half to turn up in Felmere.
No, that won't happen. Everything will be fine. Yes. Okay. So tomorrow evening, you say? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you need money now for materials before you go? Okay. And he just kind of puts a hand up, and you see somebody didn't see him there before, but somebody walk out with like a chest that has 5,000 gold in it.
Nice.
Do
I'm
with that what
guessing
you will.
Ermin's picking that up. I don't. I'm definitely not.
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
And so okay, yes. Obviously the city's got most of the shops in, or every shop you can think of. So any supplies you need, I'm pretty sure you can get. Yes. Good luck. And sorry, I don't have more information about where it could be apart from Wolfhaven.
That's fine. That's all we need to know, mate. Don't you worry. You don't suppose you know where there's a pills and potions spot around here?
Yes, if you just go just down the corner, past university, to the left, there's one there.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
I'll sort of nod my head at him.
Thank you. And just for our records, what should I put the receipt down being paid out to? What's your name?
Good question.
Don't have to do it now. I just thought I'd put it out there
Yeah,
just to.
We're Benjamin and the Chop Slappers, aren't we?
Big Ben on the chop.
Yeah, we are now.
Big Ben and the Chop Slappers. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
perfect.
gonna
Yeah.
stick. That's gonna stick.
So it's now going to be canon because it's going to be written in my.
Awesome.
Merch
No.
coming to all stores.
It's better than letting something like the investigators stick in and hang about.
Jay, just look at me, just really quick. Just look.
Big Ben and the Chop Slappers.
That's us.
Yeah.
The thing is, everybody will think I'm Big Ben. I'm not.
Well, that's a good point. It's a very good point.
That's the tricky bit.
Yeah.
It's Little John syndrome, isn't it?
It'd be even better if I was called Big Ben.
Yeah. I think sunshine works quite well.
Yeah.
As this
sometimes
cloud
yeah.
comes walking around the corner.
To be honest, I think Grom is the prime chop slapper. To be honest.
Yeah.
Sorry, Betsy is the prime chop slapper.
So we've got
Oh, yeah.
we've got Big Ben. We've got Sunshine. We've got the Fallen Angel. So we.
I've customized my attacks on D&D Beyond. A normal attack is called Betsy's Kiss. Rage attack is called an Angry Betsy Kiss. And a frenzied attack is a very angry Betsy Kiss.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
Okay, yeah. So we'll duck out of the Temple of Wealth.
Yeah, and just before you go again, Catherine just gives you the whole thank you very much, and you can see it on her. It pains her face as well, Benjamin, that of how pompous these guys are, and with the money and everything. You can see obviously she's in it for a bit of coin as well. She's like,
Yeah, as I walked out of that last room, I did give a very nose
audible
up,
sigh.
half
Yeah.
flicked, kind of like, all right, half wink, got you a number, son. Walked out.
Yeah, but yeah, you leave Temple of Moradin with all of that information.
As we leave, I'm just gonna kind of get Eramin's attention, kind of talk to him. Well, that's an Ibridor.
What's an Ibrido?
Yeah.
It's a town further south.
Oh,
We
right.
disrupted some demonic entity from corrupting people. We were coming from
That's good.
Ibrido to here when you fell out of the sky, and when I mentioned fell out of the sky, I would immediately look up, just in case.
Make a perception check.
Awesome. I've changed my dice. So.
A fly lands on his nose and he just stops moving.
There we go, 23.
Nothing falling out from the sky, but roll me a D100, please.
D100, okay.
Eddie, do you have a table of different butterflies?
Of course it does.
I don't blame you. I do exactly the same thing.
That's a 71.
Oh, again, it is another turquoise one. Is it the same one from yesterday?
Is it following you?
Yeah, you see a
You
butterfly.
got a new friend.
Is it the same one as yesterday?
It's not the same one from yesterday.
Doesn't look like it's slightly different.
Yeah.
So I'll just look, and I'll show Gisela. Look,
Very pretty.
and then let him fly away.
Do I have a table of different butterflies? Yes, just the colours though.
Yes.
So yes,
I have to roll for butterfly. Awesome.
so you have 5,000 gold. You've just been
I
given.
will distribute that. I'll give 2,000 to Ben. That's Grum's share as well. and
Mhm.
1,000 each to the other two. So everybody gets 1,000 gold, basically.
That's a lot of coins.
It is.
Oh,
Yes.
Think of how many flower pots you could buy with them.
yeah.
Could I go back to? Well, could I talk to my blacksmith friend?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, so I wanted him to explain more what he's doing to Betsy, but also ask if he's able to bend the enchantment to make it so if I want to, Betsy will appear in my hand. So, like, if I drop her or someone tries to steal her, I can just magic her back, like a returning weapon, basically.
Yeah. Okay, 2 secs, because I'm writing down Halfham's name before I forget it. And
Because I do not like being separated from her at all.
I think you should be able to do that just by will alone.
Yeah.
right, look, I completely understand where you're coming from, Grom. But, I mean, it's a slightly longer enchantment, and if you've got business to do, I don't think I can do that by the time you get away. I can do it. Well, not me personally. I'll have to ask Alfie down the road to be able to do it. But, like, yeah, I can get that done for you.
All right, next time then. How long will it take?
I don't know. So, whilst you're off on your adventures, I'll speak to Alfie.
All
and
right.
get a price, and when you're back, I can tell you how long it's going to take and how much it'll be.
Okay.
Cool.
That was the length of the conversation.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. This is me now going. I need to continue this. However, there's several ideas in my head of how I could do this. Yeah. Okay. So that's no problem. So yes, you're all outside the Temple of Moradin, apart from Grom. Yeah, so like William said, High Priest William in the temple, there's literally every kind of shop here. We don't have to go to every single one. We can just tell me what you need. I can tell you how much it's going to be. If there's anything you need.
As soon as we get out of the temple, I would just sort of exhale and be like, Jesus Christ, God, I've never had this much money. I was sweating in there. Did I do all right? Did I?
Enjoy it, lad.
You did good.
You don't have to roll. You don't have to roll the bones on whether you're going to pull tonight, mate.
Wow. Oh wow. Let's go spend it. What sort of shops are there?
I think pretty much.
I might need to get a bag. I'm currently carrying my little flower basket with both hands, barely able to hold it up.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, there's literally like near enough anything you could ever want or need in Orium. So
Magic,
yeah,
magic.
yeah, we don't have to do the whole. We're going to walk to each shop
Right.
and all of that if you've got nothing to talk about in between.
Well,
But
I think.
tell me a shop you want to get to or things you need, and we can.
Yeah, I want to check out. Is there any sort of magic shops, so magical item type style things?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a couple of them about. So you do a bit of walking because it's not just one shop in the city.
Yeah.
For everything, and you have a look, and there is. See this I've got written down, Chaz.
Awesome. Good work.
Ooh.
So yeah, the one what sticks out when you're looking through stuff, and which looks the more reputable magic item shop, is Blue Mains.
Blue Mains. Okay.
Yes. And it's a fairly. It looks nice. Some of the like bits and bobs in the window look pristine. They look good, in good nick of solid materials as well. Other ones you've been past look like they're trying to pass off a wooden
basically
stick
looking
with
What,
metal
what are we
on.
talking? Are we talking jewelry? Are we talking clothes? Are we talking weapons?
So this one is basically a magical supply shop essentially. So you've got jewelry, components for spells if you use them, and potions. This one.
Cool. So I'm looking for any kind of sort of healing boosts sort of item, so like a staff of healing or any kind of I think we'll probably have to take some potions as well.
Anything interesting jumps out at me. Oh,
If you're looking at stuff like that, do an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
Just see how that goes.
12. Arcana's not really my thing.
You could just ask the person behind the counter.
Could do. I thought I had.
Go. I'm now having a look. So yeah, obviously in here you can get like your potions of healing
Okay.
up to all different types. Obviously price does vary depending on what you'd like. There's essentially basic potions of healing. There's probably like enough for like if you were to get one each, you can get one each. You can get 5 of them, and you're looking at around like 100 gold per potion for that.
Okay.
And then you've got greater potions, which are 250 for them. And unfortunately, this shop at the minute does not have any of the supreme, whatever they are. Superior, that's the one.
Superior
Never began with S.
and Supreme.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will. Yeah, I think I will buy 5 potions of healing, and I will give everybody one, so that we all have one. So. And they were 100 each.
Hanging
Yeah?
in red.
Yeah, 100 each for the normal, just the basic ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just regular.
Yeah. Just as a sort of boost if I'm not available for any reason.
Yeah.
And is there any sort of thing?
So
Magical healing boost type of thing?
yes. So one of the things, the first thing to stick out to you, simply just because of the colours and its prettiness, is a necklace.
Right.
Pops out to you, which has 6 different like amulets on it with different gemstones on it as well, and that would be for your sake, not Eramin's.
Yeah.
Basically, a necklace of prayer beads.
Cool.
I remember giving you one of those before, Chaz. That was a mistake.
Yep. It usually is. How much are these?
So that is 2 secs. So that's 700.
I'll buy that.
You'll buy that?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was easy. I thought you
very-
were
That
going
was minute of the year.
I am very easy to
We're gonna-
shop with.
I was going to say we're going to be easy to sell too.
Okay, that's me. I'm good. So it says that the DM decides what the beads are.
Yeah. So I'll go through that.
Yeah. Go through that, let me
And
know
I'll
what they are.
send that. Yeah, I'll send that to you after the session.
Cool.
But it's essentially when you look at them, it's essentially going to be what the normal ones would normally say it is. I might make it I might just tune that a little bit for you for more healing, rather than do because it's all done on dice rolls, isn't it, to what they are. But yeah, I'll have a look at that and I'll send it over to you.
Sweet. That's me. I'm all shopped out.
I'll shop to
So everybody's added a normal potion of healing, yes?
Yep.
Including
Cool.
Grom. I would have bought one for Grom as well.
Yeah, I'll put that in. Thank you.
Who's
I'm probably just wandering around. Sorry, you go ahead.
No. You didn't sound like you had much to do, so.
I'm just wandering around looking at the shiny things and seeing if there's anything that is particularly shiny to me.
I wouldn't say particularly shiny to you, but let me just done all of this and
I like shopping for magic items. It's always fun to see what the DM picks.
Yeah.
so there is a couple of rings what stick out to you. Essentially, one is a ring of protection. And the other one is just a ring. Just a very nicely made ring. You do also see what's the word I'm looking for? Bracelet. And this is me just I homebrewed a couple of bits, but essentially the bracelet is a bracelet of resistance. So tell me if there's a specific resistance you'd like, and it can be that.
How much is the ring of protection?
The ring of protection is $350, and the bracelet is $450.
I'll buy the ring. My AC is amazing, so I'll go up from 10 to 11.
Wow.
So 350, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
And I'm also gonna buy myself a bag of some kind because I don't actually have anything to put my stuff in.
Okay. Any just kind of like a normal bag, or are you
Just,
looking for
yeah.
like bag of holding, or
If there is a bag of holding,
is there going to be a bag of holding? Oh, I get to do my first dice roll of the day.
Hey!
a DM rolling dice? No, that could be right.
But there's
Well-
no combat. What's happening? I'm confused.
In my head, between 11 and 20 is always a yes. It's there or whatever.
There.
I rolled a 15,
Awesome.
so there is a bag of holding in this shop right now.
Not for long.
Let's have a.
I need to pay it. I need to get a bag. There's a lot of stuff I have to carry now. How much is the bag?
The bag is 500 gold.
Oh. That's an expensive bag.
I'll just drop 200 gold in your hand.
Oh. Here, I
Just got cheaper.
Okay. Thank you. And I'll buy the bag. It's
Yeah. Okay.
500. But
Yeah. Take the
I'll
500
take
out.
300 off.
I just remind Benjamin that he did say he was going to buy Grom something to appease him for not getting a job from the saloon, Temple of Saloon. Or not getting a paid job.
We have got a job.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
got a paid job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
fair
weren't
enough.
there, so how do you know?
We didn't tell you there was no money. I said we made a deal.
I was just hinting.
I'm
I
I'm
want something.
I'm gonna look for something
I like
specifically that has some kind of light charm on it, just like can
Ooh,
shine
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
light up or
Yeah.
something.
So, sunshine.
Preferably a ring or
headband.
something that sends up a little
Headband.
light.
Yeah, like a little sweatband for Grom. that's yellow and just shines.
Can dwarves see in the dark?
Yes.
They
Yeah.
can. Of course they can.
They live in mines.
Yeah, makes sense.
I am going to, off the cuff of my head for that,
Of your head.
homebrew. And yes, you can. You can find, or you see, gonna be. You see a fucking, I don't know, I don't have hair, so I don't know what they're called.
Scrunchy.
Yeah, but like a singular. You know, like the thin one. It's not like a big fleefy one. You see like a scrunchie what has like a gem in it, and you look at that and you think that would be perfect for Grom's ponytail.
Perfect.
Does it?
All right.
Does it, just for flavour? Please let it be so. Does it match Betsy's headscarf? Because that would be amazing.
Yes, it does. Why not? Well, I rolled a natural 20, so yes, definitely.
Hey.
So yeah, and
Is that
that'll
a-
be.
Is that a scrunchy headband of protection? Is it?
No, it's just got the light enchantment in it. So like once, well, I'll make it up, but it's going to be something like probably like 3 times per day. You can use the light cantrip or something.
Nice.
It's called Sunshine, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes, the item will be called Sunshine. But yes, you can get one of them, and what would that be? Simple enchantment, scrunchy, 150 gold.
Done. Is there anything of interest to me?
Let's have a look. I was actually then going on D&D Beyond just to have a look at your thing, and then you're like, no, it's for Grom. So, oh, okay. Let's have a look.
I'm literally supplying you with transmog at the moment, man. What is this?
Love how you're buying me the things that are absolutely bloody useless to me.
Yeah,
Absolutely love it.
they're all good for the drawing at the end, though. You're gonna have a halo now.
just because I think they are, I just fucking love them, and I think I've had one in every campaign I've played in. You do see, you think, why is that? Why is it just there? You've got jewelry, you've got everything, you've got potions and that here, and you're like, why is there just short metal rod on a shelf?
Buy it. Jag, buy the immovable rod.
And yes, an immovable rod.
I know exactly what it was.
Yeah, of course. They're just brilliant. So
I think in her shopping, Gisela would come across it, try to pick it up, get very confused, and just kind of wander off.
Was that aimed at me? Or...
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah. I'm in. Can I move it?
No. So similar to like you see Gisela do it, and you're thinking, oh, well, she fallen from the sky, doesn't look that strong. You go to do it, and it is literally in place. And then elven chap comes out from behind the bar and goes, "Ha! Yes, you won't do it like that." And he just puts his hand on it. You hear him click a button, or click like a switch, and he lifts it up. And then he just puts it in front of you, in your hands, like if you've got your hands like that, and you hear him press the switch again, and he takes his hand out, and it's just floating in midair. An immovable rod, my chap. Brilliant.
Well, how much is that worth?
So
I've got to take this on comedy alone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to one go for a dragon about 2 days ago.
listened. Oh, on a podcast.
Yeah.
So I was like, what?
No, he's got a dragon in his backyard,
one was put in the stomach of a dragon to hold them still on a podcast a couple of days ago. I was listening to.
This is about 1,200.
Well, that's an expensive little bit of metal, isn't it?
It's a nice little enchantment on it, and yes, well,
You ain't got anything else in this shop that ain't worth half as much as that you'll throw in free with it. Oh, so I wouldn't mind having that, but that's a lot of money.
um,
I tell you what, throw in one of them greater potions of healing as well, and I'll take this.
make a persuasion check. And I would say have advantage because you've just had Eremin and Gazella spend quite a bit here as well.
$16.
Maybe not
Oh.
quite the. What about 1,000 instead of 12?
Yeah, perfect. I'll take it.
There you go, and you now have an immovable rod, which for comedy values can be brilliant, and for actual uses could be quite good as well.
Yeah, practical.
Is that everything, Benjamin?
Well,
Martin or Jan?
so
should I-
yeah, I'm just kind of browsing, looking for something cool. Not got anything particular in mind.
Let's have a look.
So yeah, I know that's kind of exactly what you want to hear.
Yeah.
No, it's cool because like I had
you give me really cool things that you've pre-prepared.
well, I had a few things like put out in that, but there's no point in me saying I've only got this every time you go into a shop because then it only becomes a question of what have you got and this is what I've got. So, what are you? So you're that. You're that. Oh, do you know what? That would be really good for you.
I've just had the news that my alarm's going off in my shop since 8 o'clock. So I
Oh,
might
really?
have to, at some point, I'm going to have to
I
get
think,
down there and turn it off.
yeah, I think we're just about finished anyway, aren't we?
Yeah, we
that's
will
what I
be.
thought.
Just
Cool.
let's. Two secs. Sorry, man.
What is looking at that? Has anyone noticed on Baldur's Gate the vicious mockery
Yeah,
spell from the bard? It's so good.
yeah.
They come out with an insult every time they cast it, and they're
I have to
amazing.
look into that.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
Charlotte's playing one at the moment, and every time she casts it, it's like this really rude comments come out.
So mine. Just describe to me what Jag is wearing, please.
Wearing.
Yes.
I mean, the main feature is this long, sort of knee-length leather coat. Yeah. There's
No,
some
that-
sort of
Cool.
undershirt.
That's
And
cool.
thigh-length leather boots.
The high link. Like
Yeah.
So what you do see, and you think this could be quite good, and you see quite a nice cloak on the hanger, almost quite a exact same color as your jacket, and a bit of further inspection, it's a cloak of performance. basically it will, if you are wearing the cloak and you need to use it, it'll basically give you a +1 to performance checks. You won't find it. I've made it up.
Oh, you made it up. You cheeky bitch.
So you're turbocharging our bard. I like it.
Yeah, I'll
Or-
go inspect the cloak.
More of a nitro boost.
A nitro
Bit
boost.
of
Yeah.
nitrous, you know. Whoa!
Yeah, it's quite a light material, and it's almost the same color as your jacket. And you go to put it on, and as you do that, it's almost like it's like a shimmer to it, and it kind of like blends in and becomes part of one with your jacket. And every time you try and sort of like you turn around a bit, you see your jacket sort of like pintails swish, and then you just see like a little shimmer from the cloak on it as well. So yeah, basically give you a +1 to performance checks.
I like it. Cool.
And
Yeah, I'll speak to someone about that.
yeah, and it will be, what will it be? Be about 450 gold.
I was ready to argue, but that's so reasonable. I'm just going to pay it. Just for expedience. Yeah, I'll.
I mean, if you want to argue it, you can argue it.
It's fine. I'll just pay the 150. Yeah. Oh my god. If there's any other like little trinkety, like bracelet things or just general kind of fashion things, whether they do something or not, I'm just gonna get into the fashion scene of wherever we are.
Yeah, nothing. Like, magically, you've bought sort of like some of the better items in the shop at the minute. Everything is just sort of like the mediocre ones where it's like gives you a bit of strength or something like that, a bit of athletics, just dexterity and all of that. But there's a few sort of like snazzy rings, just general rings at the minute with no enchantments in, which like fit in well with Orium's like aesthetics. If you wanted some of them, and I mean they're not, because they're not magical, they're only sort of like between 25 and 50 gold.
Go on, I'll take the best ring that they've got.
Yeah, so that'll be sort of like 50 gold for
50.
that.
Go on then. All right, cool.
Just to jazz your hands up a bit.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, right. Is that it from everyone?
Yeah.
I think so.
Marvellous. So, with information gained from 2 temples, 1 temple you've got to go back to at some point, money being passed over everyone's hands, and then out of the hands again after the shopping trip we've just had, with items which, for better or for worse, may help the party. We'll end it there.
Yay! And do we level up? Obviously.
Don't level up just yet.
Okay. Fair enough.
Not just yet.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll end
Cool.
it there. No, obviously, if Diffie, you've got to head off then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cool.
Good luck, mate.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care, mate. And well,
Nice one.
we'll end it there. We will, of course, be back on Tuesday for our pirate campaign. So jump in
Yar.
7:30, and yeah, have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye.